Welcome back to another road trip. In order to reach the Wheeler Peak trailhead, you actually drive through the narrow road passing by residences and various ski lift related structures in the Taos Ski Village.
8.5 miles.
8.5. Williams Lake Trail.
Good sign, good sign.
Yeah, it says 4.2 and 2.2.
Oh, yeah, that's good sign.
Wheeler Peak is located outside Taos in north-central New Mexico. The trailhead for the Wheeler Peak hike, initially called the Williams Lake Trailhead, at the beginning can be found within the Taos Ski Valley. There is a designated parking area and facilities located at the Williams Lake Trailhead, which later splits off into the Wheeler Peak Trail. You can see a collection of moss-covered boulders en route to the highest point in New Mexico.
We kind of slipped and slide a little bit right there, and then we got to this point and we're like, nah.
Why bust it up now?
Dude, I almost busted my ass right up.
Alright, let's go, Aaron.
The first 2 miles of this hike initially take you into a deep forest canopy, with towering pines and dappled sunlight peeking through the foliage. The Williams Peak Trail itself is a marvel of careful planning. Avalanche chutes tumble down the steep mountain hillsides, and the vastness and grandeur of the area will be immediately apparent. Poor dog. Lucky dog. At the 2-mile mark, you will see signposts directing you to continue straight to Williams Lake, or turn left to continue up to Wheeler Peak and its lofty summit.
Okay. There's Mount Everest.
There's the lake, buddy. Can you see the lake? You can't see the lake? Yeah, I can see the lake now. The trail ascends at a very consistent grade, so although you do not need climbing gear, you may be surprised at the altitude you have traversed if you stop to catch your breath. The most impressive part of the trail occurs when it passes and repasses the fields of scree from some of the avalanches. As you climb, you'll begin to see the Taos Peaks at eye level. Created by Ice Age glaciers 15,000 years ago, they are powerful examples of the forces of nature.
It's off again. What did this the last time?
This more precarious terrain makes this last mile or so a truly challenging feat.
Damn! Wow! Look at this!
The final few switchbacks towards the highest point in New Mexico are killers, and then you reach what feels like the top, but is actually a false summit, Take a few minutes to appreciate the nearly 360-degree views from this point, and then continue on for a few more minutes to the actual Wheeler Peak summit.
Whoa!
Wheeler Peak!
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Timo invite. Wow! That's the best side for it.
That's karma. Wheeler Peak, 13,161 feet above sea level, highest point in New Mexico. Hey! From this vantage point, you finally get to take in the incredible panoramic views of Carson National Forest, the southernmost range of the Rockies, Taos Ski Valley, the stark blue sky, and literally everything else in northern New Mexico. He's cold.
Yep. Thank you. Dino.
Can't understand it. I'm sorry, guys. Although the hike is a very doable one if you are in reasonable physical shape, there are some precautions you must take. First is to begin early. You want to be off the peak by noon to avoid lightning strikes, and the ascent takes 3 to 5 hours. The weather can change abruptly at any time, so keep an eye on the clouds. At the mile 6, hikers will reach the turnoff for Williams Lake. It is very open with no shade and its water is shallow throughout. Although there is not much else to do in the immediate vicinity of the Williams Lake shoreline, it is a great and welcoming spot to stop before the final push down. The Williams Lake is a natural lake which does not have fish because it freezes in winter. Camping and campfires are not permitted along the lake shore to prevent damage to soil and water quality. Several avalanche chutes are apparent along the trail. Winter travelers should be alert to these hazards, and debris may be present in the spring and summer.
That's the spot.
I don't know. You think so?
Yay!
Thank you. Your turn.
Good snow angel. The Wheeler Peak itself was named after Major George Wheeler, a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers surveyor who led a surveying party through the West in the late 1880s. Many of the peaks are sacred to the Taos Pueblo and off-limits to non-natives, so Wheeler Peak itself was one of the first nationally designated wilderness areas in 1964 under the Wilderness Act.
And we made it. Yes. Whew. We made it. Out alive.
Grabe. Magpapakain ko si Nani. Road trip. Tapos, wow, look at this. There's our place. There's, let's pass. Really? That's too hot?
I can't get in it. 98, 99, that's what I'm okay with. This is about 100.